while I await things to be fixed up so we can continue the readings. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through things piece by piece with you guys. We're going to start off very simple, the said seven deadly sins. We're going to talk about that in the scripture, and then we're going to move on to other things as we go throughout the series and what I'm doing. They're going to be quick little series. They're not going to be long. It's going to be like a maybe a week or so for me to get through everything. Um, we're going to start with lust. Okay, we're doing the seven deadly sins. The first one we're looking at is lust. All right. I'm going to read first all the scriptures that deal with that, and then we're going to go from there. The first one, First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3. For this is the will of God, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication. For that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor. 5. Not in the lust of excuse me, concupiscence, con, excuse me, ah, concupiscence, concupiscence, even as the Gentiles which know not God. Concupiscence is basically being able to hold yourself together, being able to maintain yourself, okay? Sheesh. And that's a very important thing. You are responsible for your actions and what you do. God's not going to accept any excuses by a person saying, oh, I did it because of this, I did it because of that. He's not going to hear you. He wants nothing to do with that. He wants people, remember, in honesty and truth. And if you don't come to him in honesty and truth, he's not going to hear you. That's the danger. That's why you can't fake with him. He reads the mind and the heart. What human being can read your mind and your heart? None. He looks at your mind and heart. So when you're thinking and feeling things, he sees it. Literally. He's a spirit. So he can convict you. You can't lie to God. That's why people be funny. So lust in itself, you're going against God right there. Okay, let's go. Matthew chapter 5, verse 28. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. How is that hard to understand? I heard somebody say that. Look, if I'm looking at a woman I don't know, thinking of doing things to her, that's against God. God doesn't want that. Yes, it seems very tedious, like, wow, but that's how serious. You got to keep reading because it makes sense when you read everything. That's why people say, I can't do it because they don't want to keep reading. You're going to be judged for that, all of you that decide because it's too much to read, too much to do. You're not going to follow it. You're going to be judged for that very harshly, very badly. Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit. Ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Right there, and that's a fact. It's difficult, but it's real. Ultra instinct. Now, this is where I want to get to, kinda. That's real. That's real. It's literally copying the God essence we get from Jesus Christ himself. Understand, we do have that. We do things inherently. I seen somebody catch something without looking, do something without even trying. I literally bought a piece of trash up and threw it, and it went in the bag without me trying. Listen, we all have it. People act like these things are special, like they don't know what it means, and do what God says you do in the Bible. Thank you, Jesus. These guys are lost. Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Right there. You walk in the spirit. How can a man know to walk in the spirit if they don't read or try and find God? They can't. So literally, you send yourself to hell for you even trying to go to heaven. They're going to hell faster than they're going to heaven because they don't care. They don't read. And that's you too. God's not going to say it's their fault you didn't read. No, you chose not to read because y'all don't read. First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18. Flee fornication, every sin that a man doeth without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. Do you get that? When you fornicate, that means having sex with any female that's not your wife. You're sinning against yourself. That's why disease exists. That's why HIV exists. Because guys want to go around just having sex till they get tainted. I had to learn that when I was young. But when I got older, I understood it. Because I learned what diseases do. And I read the Bible. I understood why God created disease. For that specific reason, if none alone. Go ahead, run around fornicating. He's going to send you to that one person who has that deadly disease. You're going to catch it. And then your death is assured. With that moment, you're assured to die. As he says, Death is sure to those that commit evil and wickedness consistently without a conscience to do right. We read that in Hebrews. You guys don't connect nothing. Niggas play so stupid. Y'all really are stupid and need to go to hell. I'm being honest. I don't wish it on no one because I know it's there. Y'all don't. Y'all don't read to know. So y'all don't. You don't. Not saying y'all don't specifically, but people who don't read won't know. I know it's there. And it's sad because I know what they're going to do to the person. But in the end, when I look at them, do they really not deserve it? Think. Do they really not deserve it? What's done? What did they do with their life? All their life, what did they do? So do they deserve what happens to them there? That's where I start, but it's God. You got, see, look, we're supposed to pray for even our enemies. That's why you pray that they find God and God comes upon them because he's going to look at you like, did you talk about me? And if you did, he lets you go. That's why I always talk about him. Thank you, Jesus. That's why I always talk about him. There's no sin anybody around me committing that can say, oh, he knew. No, you can't say I knew nothing. No, I knew nothing. I'll pray for you, but I knew nothing. Stop it. Like I'm for real on that level. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. And what is the world called? Mammon. Mammon. We read that. This is a review, honestly. If y'all been paying attention, as I know y'all do, this is a review. It's a review because most of y'all read. This is a review, okay? This is just understanding what lust actually is. It's one of the 7 deadly sins, okay? 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, we read 3-5. Oh, we read that, excuse me. Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, and concupiscence, excuse me, and covetousness, which is idolatry. Okay? Covetousness is a form of idolatry. It means loving something more than anything else that is God created, like life, human life. Loving money more than human life. That's simple. That's a simple example. That's that sin right there. If any of these things you're doing, it is part of the sin. Fornication, you guys got, come on, man. That is a struggle when you're a teenager. Come on, man. You guys gotta grow. You gotta grow. When I was a teenager and a young man, that was a struggle. When I got older, not so much. It's a choice. I tell her what I want. I tell her what I'm doing. It's a choice, especially as a man. God made you a man. That means he gave you a certain power and stance. If you go against that, you're a female. You're not a man. So come on, let's do this. Let's do this for real. Cats don't know. They don't know. 2 Timothy chapter 2. Thank God. I was reading this before I even started. This is what I was going to read first. Chapter 2, verse 22. Flee also youthful lusts, but follow righteousness, faith, charity, peace with them that call on the Lord out of a pure heart. That's why I keep my heart pure. That's why I keep distance between me and those sins like fornication the best I can, because I want to keep my heart pure so God can communicate. Understand, if you're not pure, God ain't going to talk to you. That's Satan talking to you, boy. You ain't pure, that's Satan in your ear. You don't got God, that's Satan in your ear. Talking to you. You think that's God? You better check that. That's Satan talking to you as your voice. You don't read to know, so you won't know. You're just going to do what Satan says. Then die, because Satan wants you to die. Satan wants you in hell. You want to know why? So you can burn and get tortured forever. That's what Satan wants. He wants you in hell, burning, getting tortured for eternity. You won't know if you don't read. That's the main thing I'm trying to tell people, yo. This is so real. I lived it. It's real. I don't care how old you are. I lived this. So chill. I lived it. You haven't, obviously. 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 13. Yo, listen to this. Meats for the belly, and the belly for meat. But God shall destroy both it and them. Now, the body is not for fornication, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. Understand that. Do you get what? Lust is literally breaking your contract with God. Your contract with God is you breathing. That's why I keep telling you, kill yourself. If you don't believe in God, just kill you. Everybody right now. You don't want God so bad. You said, oh, don't mention the Bible, God. Just kill yourself fast. Right now. I'll give a moment. Hopefully they did that. Hopefully they did. Kill yourself. Because you're gone. You're done. You don't have God now. You're not searching him out. Just kill yourself. There's nothing left for you in life. There's absolutely nothing. I'm gonna read that to you. There's absolutely nothing in life left for you. There's nothing left to do because there's nothing new under the sun. You've seen all you came to see. Time for you to go. Who's waiting for you on the other end? Come on, let's go. First Peter chapter 2 verse 11. Dearly beloved, I beseech you as a strangers and pilgrims, abstain from fleshly lusts, which war against the soul. How many men lose this war every day and they're okay with it? When I fail and do fleshly things, do you know how upset at myself I am? I'm like, God, I got to do better. I do. Like literally. And that's what a man does. See, that's why when people say they're a man, I laugh. Because I got to see qualities of a man. I was raised by a real man. So I got them qualities, period. Who raised you? See, that's why you got to take it with a grain of salt and you pray. Because some people don't have that mentality. They weren't raised by nobody real. They didn't have leadership around them. All leaders I know God. All real leaders I ever met in my life know God. Even Trump knows God. Come on. Trump's talked about it. Come on. Biden talked about it. Come on now. Now, I'm not saying they're same God. That's the thing. God is just a title. It could be little g, big G. Understand that. Now, I'm just making it very clear. You need to, on listen, remember, test the spirits. We read that. In Ephesians, you test the spirits. Always test the spirits around me from anybody. All you got to do is listen to them talk. They're going to tell on themselves. They're going to tell you who they are and what they're about. Even if they're faking it. Like anybody could say anything. I've been alive long enough. Like if a kid can't lie to you, a grown adult can't lie to you. Because it's just like a kid. You're going to see the same misnomers. And that's for psychology class. But we'll talk about that. But listen, man, you got to understand what we're dealing with here. These are the spirits we're dealing with. We war not against flesh and blood, but higher principalities. I read that. Colossians again, 3 and 5. Listen. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanliness. Now, what I want to do real quick before I continue, I'm going to read the whole thing. Okay. Colossians chapter 3, we're starting at number 2. Set your affections on things above, not on things on the earth. For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Christ in God. When Christ, who is our life, shall appear, then shall ye also appear with him in glory. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanliness, inordinate affection. That basically means like that, like a girl trying to be a boy. It's unordinary. It's inordinate. God never meant it to be. That's what inordinate means. It's an affection. And if you got an affection for the same sex, you carry the title itself. It says right there, inordinate affection. Affection. For which things sake the wrath of God cometh on the children of disobedience. Oh man, in the which ye also walked sometime when ye lived in them. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. You want to know what's funny? When I think of just that, I'm going to say this again. How many people do you know cannot discard these things? I'm going to say it again. Anger, wrath, malice, malicious, like it's a person like plotting on you, malicious behavior, plotting to take something, plotting to do, like in their head saying, maybe I could do this, and like looking to scam. Like scammers are this exactly. Filthy communicate. People who can't talk calmly, normal, without treacherous language, lingo, how they talk. People that can't have normal conversation or talk like an adult. Like, you get what I'm saying? God does not miss the mark. He covers everybody. That's why I can generally say mad people are going to hell. So many people are going to burn in hell. I could look at a person, think of what they've done, and know they're going to burn in hell. I know they're going to burn. I know they are. I don't have to ask. All I do is be like, God, please don't let them burn so bad. They're going to burn in hell, though, for sure. They either got to change, find God, or they're going to burn. You know it, because when you read this, they do none of this. And they don't want to read it because it convicts them. Instead, they want to live in their filthiness. They want to bathe in their filthiness. That's why God is going to kill them. And he's coming soon. Yo, wait till we're getting there. Because he's coming to kill people soon that are like he tells you he can't stand them. You know how I say everybody's like, God loves me. No, he doesn't love everybody. He doesn't love a lot of you. He don't love you at all. No love for you. He wants to kill you, but he keeps giving you chances. He says maybe this time, but he knows if you are or aren't. But he's leaving you alive for his purpose. Because when he kills you, that means you have no use at all. Okay? Let's make that clear real quick. Let's keep going. All right, where we at? James chapter 1. Chapter 1. I told you about this. Chapter 4, verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. 15. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Okay? Right there. We're done. All right. We're done talking about lust. Right there. The lustful nature of a man will kill him. If it doesn't do it by disease, it's going to do it, I'm telling you. And we're getting there. It'll just happen. And the doctor will be like, I don't know why he randomly died. They won't know. They won't even know what happened. Your organs will start shutting down randomly because of your sin. Like you don't understand it. Like medically, the thing is, I know medical situations that speak of these things exactly. You guys don't read to know it, or you wouldn't doubt it. I'm telling you, I'm thinking of every situation when I'm reading this. Like all of it's so true. People don't read to know. All right, let's go. Romans chapter 8, starting at the 6th. For to be carnally minded is death. Again, the second time is death. Do you know what carnally minded is? We read that. It means to think of only what you want and need. We think as human beings, that's what we're to do. But if you think like that, not of others, not of doing right, not of righteousness, especially of righteousness, God is going to kill you. I keep telling you, I'm alive, till you're not. Oh, I'm breathing. So no breath is in your body. Oh, I'm okay. Look. Till you're dead. Okay? I keep telling you, I keep talking to you guys. Like, I shouldn't have to talk this hard to adults. You're adults. You guys read like me. You're not kids. It's serious. It's not a game. I'm trying to tell you, because when you're standing at death's door and when you take that final breath, immediately you're standing before Jesus Christ. Immediately, the moment you die. Then what? He looks and sees if Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1 is in you. If it's not, you're a goner. You're gone. You're dead. I mean, spiritually dead. That's when you get the second death. The hot, burning fire for eternity. That's next. Once he looks and sees no Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, he just kicks you to hell. He literally kicks you in your face. God kicks you in your mouth and throws you in hell. He's a savage. Yo, I'm telling you. Yo, I read that. Yo, God is a savage. Lord, I'm telling you right now, my only fear is of you. Keep me, Lord. Keep me, Lord. They don't know. They don't know. Wow. Let me for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace, as I am now reading to you, as I talk to you all every day about God. That's how you're supposed to be. That's what makes a man. And if a man don't have God like that, it's not a man. It's not. It's something. It's dead. I just read that to you. They're already dead. They're already dead to him. You're dead to God. You say, oh, but everybody sees you. They see you, but God doesn't. Yo, I cannot imagine not even being loved by God, because he doesn't love you. If you're not spiritually minded, God don't love you. When they say God loves everybody, they're lying. I read that to you. No, not only does God loathe you, he's preparing to kill you. Remember, 1 day is 1,000 years. So he could have been preparing to kill you when you first turned 20. He could have been preparing to kill you, like, I'm going to kill that nigga. And you're still alive today. But he said he's going to kill you. How many years ago? Like 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, he said he's going to kill you. He still is going to kill you. But he gave you all this time in between. Have you found him? If not, goodbye. It could be today, tomorrow. It could be any day. That's the thing. God is a God of righteousness. When he does it, it's just. He knows that you have no hope and he's done with you. I couldn't imagine God wiping his hands being done with me. That's horrible. The man that created you says you're useless. That's crazy, bruh. Bruh. What? Yeah, right. I would, bruh. Job chapter 31, verse 1. I made a covenant with mine eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? Let me break that down for y'all. Because I've read all this, yo. Let me read that whole thing to put it in context. Okay, this is the whole thing. Starting at the first. That was just the first. I made a covenant with mine eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? For what portion of God is there from above? And what inheritance of the Almighty from on high? Is not destruction to the wicked, and a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity? Doeth not he see my ways and count all my steps? Do you get that? Yo, this is English. How many of you guys took English? This is pure English. He's literally letting you know, look, is this moment of me feeling good of busting this nut more important than if I burnt for eternal hell? He's asking you, make your choice. You want that nut or you want to go to hell? He's asking you. That's how righteous and just he is. That he's asking you. You get me? Like, so when you do burn or when you do get judged, it's righteous. There's no mistake. You're made there because you had your choice. He's going to show you. Your own spirit jumps out your body. We read that. I read that in Hebrews. If your spirit comes out your body and begins snitching on you, your spirit's like, yeah, guess what he did, God? Because their spirit's owned by God. Who owns your spirit? You can't sell your soul. You guys don't read. Your soul, God owns it. It's going to come out saying, God, this man raped, he stole, he beat, he attacked, he was fornicating this many times, this month, this year he did it that many. Your soul literally snitches on you. So how can you escape it? How are you escaping this? What you going to kill? That's why I say kill yourself. Listen, understand what I'm saying. Because I know I've read, I'm farther ahead. The reason I say kill yourself, because you are going to. Because the thing is, all the sin you do, and you think no one's seen, God's not going to do nothing. He lets it build up. Then the day he chooses to kill you, you stand before him, he judges you for every sin you did. So say you fornicated 100 times, you never said, forgive me, Lord. And he looks at the mind and heart. How can you lie to him? Oh, I was just joking. You can't lie. He sees your mind and heart. He's going to know. This is why it's so serious, yo. These guys don't tell you the truth. This is why it's so serious. He's going to know if you're lying. Right there. That's why lust is a deadly sin. That's why men should be able to control their members. That's part of being a man. You got to be able to control your member. Your thirst should not build you up too much where you can't outlast a woman's temptation. Ever. Ever. I carry the staff. I'm the staff controller. I'm the emperor. That's how we're meant to move. But guys don't read to know that. Therefore, how can you be a man, let alone a man of God? Because I see what you guys be saying. Ask these other dudes that are saying these things. How can they be a man if they don't have God? I'm talking about the God of the Israelites, Jesus Christ. He tell you right now, if you don't have him, you have none of this. I read that. Again, this is filling in between, so there's no confusion or anything. Last one, Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, in the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. Listen to me. What did I just say? Marriage is honorable in all, in the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. How serious is that? How simple is that? If you're fornicating, doing this stuff going around, and you die, you're going straight to hell. And he's going to judge you and send you there. He's telling you right here, whether you read this or not. You chose not to read it. I chose to read this tonight. Understand, you chose not to read it if you haven't. Listen, it's that serious. That's why I'm going over 7 deadly sins. Because these are the 7 most pertinent sins that are sending people to hell. That's why there are 7 deadly. That's why it's deadly. Because people are known to go to hell over these sins the most. And I'm going through it so we can all together conglomerate it and make it make sense. That's lust. We'll be on the next one soon. I'll let you know when that's coming. Might be tomorrow. I'll let you know. We'll see. But this is serious. Very serious, y'all. We're going through all this. Okay? We're going to get back to the reading soon. Don't worry about that. I have all that. And I have all that laid out. I got readings enough to read for the next, I would say the next 3 years. Every day for the next 3 years. Yeah, that's how God built me to build up that. For the next 3 years, every day I can read, do a different reading for you. That's how ready I am. The devil does not shake me. Listen, I've been smacking that clown around my whole life. He can't shake me. I'm on my grind because I know what God's gonna do to my enemies, and I know what God's gonna do to him. Therefore, what is there to fear? There is no fear. You fear nothing with Jesus Christ right on time.